Boy, did I tell y'all about Andy Dalton. I told y'all he was going to do it. He finally got my first win of the season. Let's freaking go. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Caleb, and we are going to go again against ChatGPT. This is a series where ChatGPT versus me, who makes the best picks throughout the whole season of NFL. I'm also doing one for college football, so go ahead and check that video. I'm doing a lot better with college football than I am doing with NFL, but we got our first wins of the season, and that's just going to be climbing the hill from there. So, with that being said, let's do a little brief recap. ChatGPT had the Bucks minus 6.5, Seattle minus 4.5, Steelers plus 1.5, and the under 35.5. And I had the Panthers money line against the Raiders. I had the Browns minus 6.5 against the Giants. I had the Bills and Jags under 45.5, and then I had the Rams versus the 49ers, Rams plus 280. Little recap on the picks. Bucks, wow, they finally showed up. They looked, Baker Mayfield looked like old Baker Mayfield of the Browns. They looked bad. That being said, though, I do think they bounced back this year. Again, Seattle, 3-0. Mike McDonald is doing great. Geno Smith, he's getting a little throwing too many interceptions. But the time management, the game management of those games in Seattle are good. So, I see them doing great. Steelers, Mike Tomlin, Justin Fields. You knew it was going to be a good combo. You knew Mike Tomlin was going to win games. Still doing great. He's on par for having another winning season. My picks, Panthers money line. Again, Andy Dalton came through. Again, my little sprinkle on the over came through. The stats do not lie. Andy Dalton is the GOAT. Good. Browns minus 6.5 against the Giants. Deshaun Watson showed up, but not the Texans Deshaun Watson. The Browns Deshaun Watson. The O-line, yikes. We'll talk about that later. Bills versus Jags. Bills tearing it up this year. Tearing it up. Jags, they may want to look somewhere else besides Trevor Lawrence. Rams and 49ers. Rams are just getting beat up, but they decided to come back and take the last second. 49ers, a lot of injuries, and they're starting to show up. When your key players are out and your quarterback only has one person to really throw to, and he gets double teamed, where else are you going to go? With that being said, let's move on to week 4. As of right now, ChatGPT is 8-3. As me, I am sadly 2-9. But again, these 2 wins came this week, so we are coming back. So let's start with Chat's picks. They have the Jets minus 7 versus the Broncos, the 49ers minus 10 versus the Patriots, the Commanders plus 5 versus the Cardinals, and the Bills, which are surprisingly the underdogs, plus 2.5. That line may change. I'm pretty sure it will change. It may just go to even. It may just go to 0.5. It will change. Or they may just turn out favorites. Their reason was said. I will put a screenshot in the corner, wherever this, right here. And you can see what I'm reading, why they picked these picks. First is Jets minus 7 over the Broncos. The Jets are expected to dominate this matchup with their strong defense, likely to pressure Denver into turnovers. Look for New York's running game to shine, and they should cover the spread easily with a projected 27-10 win. Now, if they get that correct, the 27-10 win, y'all might want to look into who the heck is really controlling these games. Anywho, with that being said, the Jets, Aaron Rodgers, they're flying, they're rolling. Especially last week when the Jets waxed that button. Broncos, though, they did. Bo Nix finally not really showed up as the Oregon Bo Nix, but the game manager, the team player, getting the first down to win need be. The whole team stepped up. Defense stepped up. Made the Bucks look yikes. Let's go on to the next game. 49ers minus 10 over the Patriots. San Francisco is a heavy favorite. Despite the large spread, their superior defense should control the struggling Patriots offense, and the 49ers are a solid pick to win and cover. Patriots, Jacoby Brissett. He's been a backup his whole career for a reason. Honestly, no offense to the guy. Everybody loves Jacoby. Jacoby's a freaking hard worker. It's just that y'all drafted Drake May for a reason. If y'all really want this season to tank and not really keep developing Drake, cool. Let it be known. But if y'all want to try to start winning some games, put Drake in. I really think if they start putting Drake in, they may not win, but this would be a lot closer game. 49ers are struggling. They are beat up. They do have a good defense, but they are beat up. Commanders +5 over the Cardinals. In the potential upset, Washington is favored not only to cover the spread, but win outright against a weak Arizona defense. And its predicted score is 27 to 24. Commanders. This is the 50-50, but they always throw like a little 50-50 game. And they're like, if you have Jalen Daniels, he's doing great. He's probably going to be Rookie of the Year. He's looking really good. Cardinals, Kyler Murray. He's looking like Kyler Murray. Cardinals are okay. I think this is going to be a lot closer game, like the spread predicts. But honestly, I think the Cardinals are going to win. That's my personal opinion. Next, we have the Bills +2.5 over the Ravens, the undefeated Bills. Although Baltimore is favored, Buffalo's balanced attacks expect to keep this game close. The Bills are a strong pick to cover and spread or win outright. It's always probably game of the year when the Bills, Ravens, Bills, Bengals, Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, Chiefs, those type of teams go against each other. And they're doing it again week 4, Bills, Ravens at Baltimore. Baltimore did lose and get upsetted by the Raiders this year. But the Bills are rolling. James Cook rolling. Josh Allen rolling. Shakir rolling. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, they're getting better. They're still working. It's still a threat. The dual threat from Lamar Jackson is so hard to cover. You never know. That being said, now let's go to my picks. Kind of rolling a little fast here, but we got a lot to talk about. Cowboys -6 versus the Giants. That's what I went with. I went the Cowboys -6. Look for the Cowboys recover on a back-to-back losses. Cowboys did almost come back last week against the Ravens, but they fell a little short. Offense finally started to click. The defense finally stopped Lamar from scoring more points. Dak Prescott, fun fact, is lights out on Thursday. And against the NFC East, 32-8. Also on Thursday, Dak Prescott has 10 wins. 10 wins. I think that's the most active quarterbacks right now. Daniel Jones is 1-7 against the Cowboys his career. Dak Prescott is 12-2 against the Giants. Give me the Cowboys -6. Next game, a little bias, but we have Houston -6.5 versus the Jags. These games are always close, or Houston always waxes that butt. That's what I'm hoping this time. Texans got humbled last week against the Vikings. Boy, did we get humbled. Boy, did we get humbled. That O-line is struggling, especially Larry Tunsil. The penalty where the lineman has to line up evenly with his other lines. Man, they're covering that harshly, and it cost the Texans brutally. They start to roll, false start. They start to roll again, false start. On the center, on the left tackle, on the right tackle. You're just like, you just can't get enough of it. Holding, all this other stuff. The O-line is struggling. Stroud is running for his life sometimes, and it's not looking good. Good thing is, the Jaguars cannot score. One of the only teams that have not scored over 20 points this year. And if Mixon plays, look for Houston to get that running game rolling again, the play action going again, and it's game over for the Jaguars. Next pick is Brown versus Raiders. I went with Brown +2. Somehow, they are the underdog, probably because they are playing in Vegas, but it's the Raiders. It's the Raiders versus the Browns. It's a pick'em game. Which team is slightly better out of the worst teams in the NFL? Deshaun Watson is not the same quarterback like we said before when he was with the Texans. If Browns lose, they may start to look somewhere else and just let Deshaun Watson be the backup, be just a guy in the back. May even go after Bryce Young in a trade because he's available, possibly. That is the rumors. But the O-line for the Browns is just as bad as the Panthers, allowing NFL most 16 sacks on Deshaun Watson. So he is also running for his life. They are banged up with injuries, so that's the only reason why they're having to rotate a lot of players. But Deshaun Watson has been in that situation with the Houston Texans where they're constantly rotating offensive linemen, not knowing what to do. So he should be, I wouldn't say comfortable with it, but he does have weapons. He just needs to get that ball out there. Aiden O'Connell may come in this game too if Gardner Minshew keeps throwing those interceptions. Most of the head coach did say that Aiden O'Connell may be coming soon, either this week, next week, or so, if the games continue going the way it is. Raiders D did let Andy Dalton drop 36 on their heads. Raiders are also last in rushing. They need to get Zaire White going. If not, look for the Browns to possibly destroy them in the Raiders' home turf. Next is Lions versus Seahawks. Give me the Lions minus 3.5. Mike McDonald has been great managing the game for the Seahawks, but you do have Geno Smith. He is 77 for 103, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Lions also have not been so great, only week 4, but they need to get it rolling. Jared Goff is 70 and 106 in pass attempts, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I do like this game because I think they are playing in Detroit. But so give me the Lions minus 3.5. Fun stats that I want to start doing now. Seattle has covered the spread in the last 3 times against the Lions. So if y'all want to go for the spread, Seattle has covered. Over is 2-1 in the Raiders' last 3 games. Under is 1-2 in the Browns' 3 games. So, like I said, it's a pick 'em game. Under 6-1 in the 7 times when the Jaguars have played in Houston. So, you may want to look at that under. And the Cowboys open at 4.5 as the favorites, but now they are 5.5 favorites. Why the change? It's because the spread on most books see that the Cowboys are probably going to dominate the Giants. So, what do y'all think about my picks? Do y'all like them? Y'all going to ride? Y'all going to fade? Y'all going to ride with chat? Y'all going to ride with me? Fade both of us? Let me know in the comments what y'all's best picks for this week, and y'all have a good one, and see y'all next time. See ya.